Better make this quick because I have to take a shit. What's going on, everybody? It's Toronto Guy here. It is Monday, May the 27th. It's Victoria Day here in Canada. It's a long weekend. Today is a holiday celebrating Queen Victoria. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's her birthday, which would make no sense because Victoria Day is celebrated on a Monday every year. But so it's probably Queen Victoria back in olden days came and visited Canada, said, I like Canada. And then Canada back then said, yay, let's have a day named after her because we're whores for international attention. All right, so we're going to read a little article. I know a lot of people have seen this one going around, but you haven't heard me talk about it. This is from the New York Post, and you're going to hear about me talk about it now, as well as maybe some other things after. About what's going on in the world and how everything's retarded. So here we go. This is from the New York Post. Link in the description, although I'm sure most of you have already heard about this. Childish men are to blame for women having kids late in life. This is from May 13th, 2007 by one of them female folk named Melanie Notkin. Notkin, which is funny because she's writing about women not having any kin. Ha! All right, so once again, let me just get this out of the way. I don't hate women. I hate feminism. I know I say that every video, but a lot of people have short attention spans these days, so you have to mention that shit. So I don't hate women. I hate feminism. Let's go and read this dumb, retarded article. I haven't read the whole thing, but I assume it's stupid. And I love the picture they use, which is obviously two dudes with PlayStation. I guess those are PlayStation 4 controllers in their hands. They're playing video games, drinking beer, having pizza. Yeah. Which reminds me, I gotta play some PS3. Here we go. After I take my shit and do my workout, obviously. I hear the same story told in different ways all over New York City. There's 34-year-old Kate who works in finance downtown. She's beautiful, smart, talented, everything going for her, her colleague tells me. But her boyfriend doesn't feel settled in his career, so she spends thousands of dollars to freeze her eggs as she waits for him to be ready. Susan, 41, single senior marketing executive from the Upper East Side, is 8 months pregnant. After waiting for her match and not finding him, she decided to have a baby on her own. And then there's Joanna from the Upper West Side, who tells me that at age 32, she stepped off the partner track at her law firm, halving her salary to work in the firm's marketing department so she could focus on landing a husband. But at 39, Joanne is still single and childless and unsatisfied in her career. These women aren't alone. The latest U.S. Census fertility report published last week found that for the first time in reported history, over half, 53.8%, of women ages 25 to 29 are childless, and a record 30.8% of American women ages 30 to 34 haven't given birth. Most of these women are college educated, and most are single. And apparently this is man's fault. This obviously isn't my generation, Generation X, which is like the early 40-year-olds and whatnot. Because every woman that I know personally from my generation, all except one that I can think of, is a fucking single mother who dropped out of fucking high school, fucked around, has more than one kid from more than one different guy, and ooh shit, but I got my GED. Fuck a GED. Anybody can get a GED. Any retard can get a GED. Let's continue. The census labels childless, college-educated women over age 35 the delayer boom, as if we gathered together in a collective conspiracy in defiance of motherhood. Others dub this cohort career women, as if we made a choice between having a family and a career. There are no career men, mind you. Look at this. Look, what is with this as if shit? As if we gathered together and not have children, or as if we made up the term career women. Well, career women is used by fucking women all over the goddamn place, especially feminists. I didn't invent it. I'm sure it was invented by women. But what are you going to do? Some blame women for being naive about their fertility, as if we had no monthly reminder of our own ticking clock. Ew, that was about a period. Ew. The trouble with all this finger pointing is that it leaves out half of the baby making equation. Men. All right, dudes, get ready to be blamed. It's all our faults. Women want an equal partner, but there are increasingly fewer candidates to choose from. The census reports that the average adult woman in the U.S. is more likely to be a college graduate than the average adult man. Moreover, today's young, childless female city dwellers with college degrees are out-earning their male counterparts by 8 cents on the dollar. Wait, are they? What about this wage gap shit? No, they're not. This article is exposing feminism. Their higher incomes may be why they are less likely, 29%, to be living with their parents than single men, 35%. I wonder if that's true. I don't know. Well, it's the New York Post. Take it for what it's worth. And as for them saying that that more women are likely to have are likely to be college graduates than men on average, that's because my professional opinion, because women take the college courses for psychology and the study of fucking belly button fluff just for the sake of getting a degree, while men go out and take a trade and get real jobs. So let's continue. It's not surprising that a 2012 Pew Research study found in a reversal of traditional gender roles that while 2/3 of millennial women say that being successful in a high-paying career or profession is of high importance to them, only 59% of young men do. Really? All right. At the same time, a significantly large number of young women than men say that a successful marriage is one of the most important things in life. Almost 60% of women rate successful parenting as one of the most important parts of life, while only 40% of young men do, according to Pew. Pew. Today's empowered young women are not only placing greater value on the importance of marriage and parenthood than the generation that precedes them, they also value high-paying careers more than ever. And millennial men, they're lagging behind. But wait a minute, it's mostly these millennial women, feminists, who are saying that men have all the good shit. And this article is saying that it's the women who are making all the money now, as far as the millennials go, and the men are fucking lagging behind. My head is turning into a pretzel reading this shit. I'm getting confused. This shift has caused a seesaw effect. When women are in oversupply, men have the advantage and delay marriage and parenthood. John Berger, author of some book, told the Post, and when men are scarce, women put an even stronger focus on their careers so they can take care of themselves with a financial safety net. Meanwhile, men take a step back in their career ambition, no longer having to impress an oversupply of women with their financial prowess. All right, it was written by a woman. Okay. That explains why this article is retarded. Women can't wait for today's perpetual male adolescence to change course, and they can't bank on finding an equal mate while they're of childbearing age, if ever. If they want a family, single women have to come up with a plan B, where a young man with the same socioeconomic status isn't necessarily part of the picture. For some young college-educated women, an older partner may work. Uh-oh, that's not good for me, but you're going to have to pass my shit test. One of them being have your own goddamn money and never getting married and no kids, so I guess you're fucked. Middle-aged men place a higher value on marriage and parenthood than their younger counterparts do, according to Pew. I'm middle-aged, I guess you can say. I'm 41. And I place no value whatsoever on marriage. Parenthood, yeah, but that means you have to have a kid with a woman who will fuck you over. So I guess no, there's really no value on either of them. So the people at Pew are liars. Berger also advises college-educated women to consider a different cohort of men altogether. Okay, if there are too many women in the white-collar dating world, this dude contends, that means there are too many men in the blue-collar one. I think it's inevitable that we'll see more and more of what I call mixed-collar marriages in the future. Either way, like Kate and Susan, young women should plan for later age fertility and motherhood now. Egg freezing is an option for those who can afford what can cost $12,000 or more, plus ongoing storage fees and later IVF. Speaking of IVF, there's a video I made about that that all women's television network in the UK, and I asked, what is IVF? I've had like about 150 bazillion replies of people telling me, oh, IVF is in vitro, blah, 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 blah. Yes, okay. So if you see that video for the first time and you watch it and you hear me ask, what is IVF? Just assume that it's been answered a bazillion times already, although I'm sure there are people out there who think they're funny are going to be answering it again anyway. Trust me, you're not funny. I'm funny. IVF, albeit with no guarantee of success. Whatever choice they make, young women should consider their options and move forward. Wait for love, absolutely. But be ready in case love doesn't come in time for motherhood. And that's the end of this retarded article. Now, as for young males being shit, basically, I do personally know some young males, like in their early 20s, who have no ambition. They graduated high school but didn't go to college. They have no ambition. They're miserable. They hate the world, and they were raised by single mothers. They hate the world for the most part. They are like the two dudes in the picture of this article, sit there and they play video games. And another thing that this article is going on, talking about how today's millennial woman is like way ahead of men in the workplace. All right, if that's true, then what's going on? What about the other millennial females, feminism, whatever, who says that, we only make 2 cents on the dollar compared to men, and I got raped last night while I was sleeping. So yeah, because I got raped in a dream. So that's rape, because all men rape. So now, as for my generation, Generation X, for the women out there of Generation X who don't have kids, as I said, the women of my generation that I know personally who are mothers, all but one of them are single mothers. They dropped out of high school. They fucked around at an early age. All right? And they raised shitty children who apparently now can't find a good man because those men were raised by shitty mothers. But on the other hand, now I'm not a millennial. I'm not a young 20-something-year-old. But I would like to ask 20-something-year-old dudes out there who are not involved and are iffy about it or don't want to get involved at all, how much of it has to do with all of the brainwashing, poisoning you hear all these days about how men are fucking worthless, men are shit, all men rape, all this fucking crap. Because I'm sure that turns a lot of fucking dudes off, especially the young ones, when they hear their fellow generation millennial snowflakes talk about how fucking worthless they are. But apparently it's all men's faults. So we're just supposed to take this shit. We're just supposed to sit here, listen to the BuzzFeeds and the CNNs and the Lacey Greens. That's what I'm talking about. Lacey Green, Little Miss supposed red pill herself. I'm still not convinced. Listen to all them Sarkeesian talk about how we're just fucking worthless, us men. And we're just supposed to sit here and take it, and that's the end of it. Eat my ass. That's just crazy. So no, it's not our fault. Okay. As for women being working women, that's what, and not doing the parent and wife thing. That's not what us dudes have been telling you and have been encouraging. That's what your fellow vaginals have been telling you. That's right. Vaginals have been telling you. Your feminists have been poisoning your heads with that shit while just wreaking their havoc on us dudes. And it's affecting you ladies, young ladies, and the dudes. So when the women who want all that traditional shit, if you can't find a dude who wants it, blame fucking feminist bullshit. Blame Generation X single mothers who raised garbage fucking young males. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it personally. Young dudes who were raised by mothers who, I also saw this firsthand, who disciplined them by yelling at them, by beating their asses, And when I say beating their asses, I mean bare asses. All right? I saw it first fucking hand. And these dudes grew up with no ambition, hating the world, and just miserable. But apparently it's their own faults. So you women out there need to realize that these dudes, also there's the dudes who were trying. I mean, I tried. I entered the dating scene. I tried. I man-gined. I sold out my manhood back then to try and find a woman. But I got fucked over. I got mind fucked. I got used and abused. So, yeah, maybe you should all maybe the women who believe this kind of nonsense should take a look at themselves in the fucking mirror. Because it's insane. Now, I was going to talk about more, but it's already been too long. But yeah, it's not my fault. If it's anybody's fault that all these childless women, it's feminism's fault. Feminism that's been saying, no more this, no more that. And then coming back and saying, but why don't men want to marry us anymore? I mean, it's not like we've been spending years just shitting on them, talking about how they're rapists. What the fuck's going on? Surely it isn't our fault. Maybe y'all should all go like find a bunch of boom boxes and play that fucking Adele song where she apparently apologized. To this day, I still haven't heard that song, that Hello song, and I hope I never do. Because I made a video about it. Apparently it's about a woman who apologizes to a man for doing him wrong. So that song is one big fucking lie. This has been Toronto Guy, and goodbye. Stupid Adele. I have to take a shit.